They're a nice little sandal, a little bit of a platform here, adjustability, the hook and loop, 3 ways to adjust them to fit your feet. And they're just so stylish here. They have also the Vionic technology. We'll talk about that. $63.99 is the price, so you're saving 15%. Here is, we're calling this camel. How cute would that be with like a summer dress? Oh, maybe a pair of shorts, jeans. Here is the birch. It's kind of like a white, I would say, with a different tone on the sole. And then here is Captain Blue, a gorgeous color. All right, so we have 5 through 12 are the sizes, medium, wide, widths, and whole and half sizes. So tell us about these. They don't just look good, right? There's so much more than just a pretty sandal.
Exactly. So, it's really nice because we can bring all different categories in with Vionic and give you the opportunity to have that built-in orthotic with your sandals. So this is giving you a little bit more of a wedge feeling, almost like a platform, like you said. You've got that little bit of a height in the back, but it is totally counteracted with that platform front. So the pitch is next to nothing. And the 3 points of adjustability make it so that you can customize your fit beautifully. So you have that back strap with that hook and loop. And then you also have the hook and loop on both the middle as well as the front strap. And then they're both wide enough, Avisha, so that you're not getting that digging in. When you have thin, strappy sandals,
yes,
they might look pretty, but they always do.
That's a good point.
This is great coverage. So it gives you good coverage, but it also gives you the opportunity for the comfort and the all-day wear. So this is something you could put on, adjust as the day goes on. If it gets hotter and you need to loosen them, if you need to, you go in the air conditioning when the weather is warm and you need to tighten them. It's all very easily adjustable, but you're showing there that EVA insole, and that's part of that built-in orthotic technology that you're getting from the Vionic with the deep heel cup, all of the arch support. Again, all of our sandals have this beautiful built-in arch support, and that really allows your foot to be properly seated. You get, that full foot contact again, and these are super, super cushy. So, I wish you could feel what these feel like. It's like marshmallowy under your feet.
Flex,
with that stable
there's
heel.
Cushion, there's support, there's alignment, and then this is my favorite part. We can see all of that arch support right there. And the heel cup, look at that. It's a little, your foot's not gonna slide out.
Absolutely not. And the deep heel cup is so important because when our heel is seated properly, it puts the foot in the optimal position to be, then get all of the arch support, but also to prevent you from that pronation. So about 75% of Americans tend to pronate, where your foot kind of rolls in.
Yeah, that's what mine do.
That heel cup is really going to stabilize you and prevent from rolling in, or even from supinating and rolling the other way, rolling out. So we want to make sure it's nice and stable for you and that you can get all the other benefits of that technology.
Wonderful. I love the color you're holding, the Captain Blue. How fun, what a fun color for travel, for vacation, sightseeing. Oh my gosh, spring break is coming up, summer vacation.
Oh my gosh,
really cute. And I bet you can walk for miles in these, right? Even though they're sandals.
Absolutely.
I love that.
And this is a man-made upper, so if you prefer a man-made upper, this has that kind of textured embossed, almost looks like a basket weave.
Yeah.
So you get some really fun texture there. It's not just a plain sandal, but it is simple enough that it can really work into everything. And for me, when I'm packing for a vacation, like you said, I like to do something super simple so it goes with everything that's in my suitcase.
Right?
This
a pair
is one
of jeans.
Those sandals that'll do that.
Jean shorts, like this would look so good with denim. Love this. And I want to point out too that this is solid blue. It's all blue, right? And then we have this one, the birch, which has white and like a taupe. So we're seeing maybe like a two-tone.
Yes. So this one's a little softer. I feel like when you get a white sandal, it can either be like really stark and in your face. This kind of softens it with that creamier bottom, and then that a little bit more tan on that insole. So it's a really soft way to do a white. Yes. And I always suggest if you're looking for a white sandal, don't wait. Buy them early in the season.
Right? Absolutely. Everyone needs a white sandal, white jeans, and white trousers for the summer. That's my favorite. And then the camel here as well. So this is a beautiful, rich, oh gosh, yeah, exactly, like a camel, kind of like a nutmeg color. And then you can really see that basket weave here. And It is solid again, so it's one tone.
Right, all tonal.
All tonal.
Exactly.
Yeah, beautiful. All right, so also another thing I wanted to point out is the straps, they feel cushiony and they feel like they're not gonna dig in and hurt your feet. Because that, I don't like that with sandals. I don't like getting my toe cut. I've gotten my toes cut and sliced just from the straps.
Well, our design team pays a lot of attention to all these little details. So when they're designing, you know, obviously we want them to be fabulous looking, but we also want you to feel comfortable as you do at the end of the day, as you were in the beginning of the day putting them on. So we want to make sure all of those little details are really paid attention to. Again, the adjustability is great, the lining is great, and that footbed underneath with all of that technology, the built-in orthotic is so fantastic. And then you're showing underneath there, Avisha, that is going to be skid resistant, right? It's going to be textured so you can really, you know, move around and not worry about whatever surface floor you're on, because you've got a lot of grip on the bottom of that as well.
Right. And also APMA certified as well, correct?
That's right. So that APMA certification, again, that is a board of podiatrists who deem this to be healthy for your feet. And if you're like me, if you've ever gone into a podiatrist thinking you're wearing something good, I walked in wearing a pair of sneakers one day that were fashion sneakers. They took one look at me and said, no way, there was nothing inside of them. This is going back 6-7 years before I was with the brand. And I've learned quite a bit since then. You know, not all shoes are created equal. Even if they look like they're going to be comfortable, if they don't have that supportive technology, you really are, you know, in for a treat when you start to wear the Vionics.
$63.99 is the clearance price. Sizes 5 through 12, medium and wide, whole and half sizes. Let's show you these gorgeous colors. All right, so starting with this is the birch, and it has the 2-tone. You're gonna see that. Maybe even 3 tones in this one, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And then we have the camel, and this is like a beautiful nutmeg. It's all tonal. Gorgeous. And then we have the Captain Blue. This is fun. This is a different, fresh and fun color. I'm picturing this on vacation for sure. The Easy Pay is $12.80. A645319 is the item number. All right, still to come, I